Okay. Go. Now socials. There we go. I think we're good. I think we're good. Na, 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 na. Okay, okay, okay. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Today we are doing commission work. Yes, yes, yes. We're making a lovely person's OC. Yeah. They asked for the extra special size cup, and I'm giving it to them. So, today I want to finish the base sprite, and we can already start on the animations. Yes, 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 yes. I want to make the tails fluffier, and I need to make sure there's 9 of them, you know? So I started this last night, but yeah, there's still a lot of work to be done. Actually, I am thinking, I wonder if I actually try to make the tails in different layers, because I do want to make them move. You know, as cool as this pile is, right? Maybe in the long run, I am supposed to make the tails. If I make the tail separate, it will actually serve as like... It will be like just so much better for me in the long run. I think I want to redraw it actually. That case. Let's bring back the lady. And let's get started. I got a few different wraps. Basically, what I want to do, like this. Na, na, na. Na, 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 na. Yeah, I should make the tail be a bit higher because I don't want it to look like she is putting her hand on her tail. Right, the tail is supposed to look like it's coming from behind her. That is very important. So do this. Let me see how I did it last time. Yeah, I think I want like this. No, no, no. And over here. Why? There we go. And make it fluffier. Might be a bit too fluffy. Here. Edge. Go. Think this can work, but I think it's not that well positioned. Hold up. Let me return here. Maybe a bit more to the side like this. Then we do these. Na, 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 na. 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 Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, na, na. Na 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 Which one was it? Well, I think I lost the... Ah, it's because it is. Okay. There we go. There we go. Got the shortcut back. Okay. So it is these. Go. Do-do. Do-do-do-do. Mm-hmm. So, chat, hope you're having a great day today. Yes, 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 yes. And don't worry, once I'm done with the tale, we can get to the details that you're probably more interested in, I'm sure. Let's see here. Of course, I don't have to make it fit perfectly in the parts that don't actually appear in the animation, but I do have to make sure that things make sense. If things are internally consistent, they even in the areas that are not shown. Yeah, because like this is definitely not gonna be very shown, but it's fine. Yeah, actually. That is true. It's so big. Oh, okay, okay, okay. This is my issue. Okay, so I do need to think a little bit bigger here. If I don't think bigger, will barely be a thing that shows up, and that's not good. And that's not good. Let me give some extra touch up here. And make it smaller, so to speak. That way. Yeah. Okay, okay. Like these. Fix this here. Here. Oh. Make it fluffier by adding more volume. There it is. There it is. Okay, okay, okay. Gotcha, gotcha. This side I think it's fine. This side I think is fine. Or this one here. A little bit more here. There we go. Man. God, I miss pixels. I'm from Russia myself. Very few people stream pixels here. Even had people come in recently. Well, what can I do? I like to draw pixels. I do not speak English. I use translator. But if you want to see my drawings, I saved a video of how I drew the day before yesterday. Attack of the Fluffy. How many tails? 9 dangerous. Hello, Skay. Hello, Azulheims. How are you doing? You're doing great. I like your pixels. Ah, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. We're trying to make this as fluffy as possible. Right? I did this one before, but I think it got too close to this one, and it's also impossible to animate. So I decided to restart to make cover my bases better. We could make this a little bit bigger. And welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you just wanna vibe and chat and enjoy the art, that is completely fine. We appreciate lurkers here, don't worry about it. Okay, here. Now let me think on this side. Could do a little bit more of this. So yeah, Skay, this was the commission that I was talking about that I had to work before I can get to work on yours. While we were talking, the person who commissioned the Final Fantasy, I don't know if you saw, the cat girl pixel art, right? The person who commissioned that cat girl pixel art, they contacted me again after approving the commission and asked for this one. So that is why. But don't worry, this is, for one thing, this is pretty normal for artists to do. Artists usually have a waitlist. And I think, like I said, I think I can finish this one this week. It's just a character, I don't have to do any backgrounds. Just have to do 6-frame animation of the most important part of the pixel art, if you catch my drift. Gotta make an idle pose of her, essentially. And then I can get started on yours, that's a little bit more complex. Okay, so we got shoe layers. Usually when I draw these mons with a tube, I mean, they will participate in the game we play. Ah. I'm not entirely sure what moms with a tubes mean. I'm assuming it's the translator being quirky. Let's see. Big and... Wow, it is absolutely... The tails are absolutely huge. There are other things that are very huge in this character, but the tails are pretty big. Let's see, maybe if I start with the middle... The middle tail is more or less like this. Ginormous though. And here everyone is more or less the same size. What is the size as I know? Please write only. Oops, that's not the size. This width is a little bit too big. I think it's somewhere between... Yeah. I think it's like 140. Yeah, kind of like this. Kind of like this. It's a big one. It's big. Animation? Yes, it's gonna be animated. There we go. Cyrillica. How do you say the name of the alphabet? I know it's not acrylic, even though that's the first thing that comes to mind. I know that's absolutely not correct. What did you tell Hinsuke? I'm curious. And then the sellers are trying to sell me something. Huh? Weird. Hmm. Hmm. Guys, we do need to keep this as an English-only stream, please. Ah, all right. Otherwise, I'm gonna start speaking Portuguese. Terrível, assustador, eu sei. Anyways. Let me see. God. AI translates pretty well until it stops translating pretty well. Just kind of like how it works in general. Okay, so yeah, compared to this version, this one has a lot less volume. So we're gonna need to pump that up. See here. Here. Should be here. So chat, hope you're all doing good. Today. I watched a few anime over the weekend. There's new seasons out. And I found a few things that were mildly amusing. I found some pleasant things. I found some terrible things, as it is. For those of you who haven't been following a lot of anime seasons lately, we get a really mixed bag every so often of either really good stuff or just the sloppiest of isekai slop that ever slopped. The new isekai slop of the season is actually trying to be a little bit unique. No rush though, Kiba. I commissioned artists before. I've dealt with almost every kind. I have sympathy for those of the ones who burned themselves out, but not so much of those who ghosted me, even acted like I was beneath them. Well, the CPT famous people online. Some there are some artists out there that are weird. Whenever I hear these stories, I just like, how, why, when, what, you know? It is like, for one thing, where do you find people that will take that kind of abuse so easily? Because I've seen, because I heard of artists who are straight up abusive towards their clients. And one thing that I wonder several things, but the main thing that I wonder is how or why do people even put up with them? You know? It is especially common with 3D artists and Live 2D now. Live 2D, huh? I guess Live 2D is like a really specific art field, so to speak. But like I said, the main thing that makes me wonder is how do they even find people that they find clients if they are bullshitting people a lot, you know? Because usually sometimes the people who do this, they don't even like they aren't even like all that, you know? At least I don't think any amount of talent is worth working with if the guy's abusive. Like there's a big difference between there's a difference there's a difference between like being a little bit temperamental or trying to like assert your expertise in something and just being a jerk. And I've heard a lot of people who can just be jerks sometimes. And the horror stories that I heard doesn't seem like it's worth it. See here. Looking like a pink pear. This is looking like a pink pear. Yeah. See here. Maybe. I've known about 3 different 3D artists who burned out on varying levels. They all made the same mistake, found a new hobby, got good at it, and they buckle under the pressure of their fame and demands from the people who suddenly have interest in them and want to be friends. Ah. You know, I know someone who is pretty well accomplished as an artist, and her recipe for dealing with the high demand is raising prices. Basically, whenever she's feeling burnout, she raises her prices so people will stop commissioning her for a while. If she gets too many commissions and she feels like she can't handle them, she just raises the price. Because one, it means that she's probably charging too little for the demand. And no, that's about it. That's about it. And she can get like a day off or something when she raises the price. Work it out relatively well for her. But yeah, that does sound like it sucks. It absolutely sucks when people try to get close to you because of clout reasons. And I can totally imagine the pain it must be because it's like, come on. Especially if the person who is trying to get close to you is convincing enough, you know? Because there are people who will try to get close to other people because of clout, but they tend to be how do I say, not very good at it, or like you have to. Usually, a lot of them can be pretty obvious, right? You have to be kind of naive to fall for it. Obviously, if you don't have experience, you are gonna fall for it because experience helps a lot in that regard, but it's kind of sad. It's kind of a thing, content creators where they're like, okay, I don't know who is here because of me or because of internet presence me, that kind of stuff, you know? Kind of a common story amongst artists in general. I get it, I get it. One of the retired from health problems. Another hides almost all the time, except when they're playing D&D. All these stories make me unsure to try and find my own talents and sell them. Some people are just too nice for their own good and aren't business-minded, myself included. I see, I see. I mean, it's a skill that you can learn. I don't think it's like some sort of natural-born talent. It's definitely a skill you can pick up. Kind of like setting boundaries. Which is like, I think is like the main thing. Which is like, how do I put it? You set boundaries that you are comfortable with working with people, right? And you start to notice who is trying to push those boundaries out of the way, right? And the people who are doing that are usually the ones who really are trying to just take advantage of you in some way. It's kind of a way to filter people. Usually, keep the people who know how to respect your boundaries around, and take the people who actively try to take your boundaries away from you, right? I'd gone deep into it, but some of these links into those videos I was doing, it's what made me want to do it because I have not seen any yet. By the way, don't post any links on my stream. I keep them off because there are way too many malicious bots running around on Twitch. Way too many. Just way too many. And honestly, the best way to make sure someone doesn't click a malicious link for that malicious link to not be there at all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But like, you can, if you want, you can send me some links to your videos on the Discord, and I can check them out later. Man, that actually reminds me back when me and Momochi were starting with streaming, right? We like had such an unfortunate unfortunate thing happened to us like really early on, where basically this person commissioned Momochi to do like their model art, right? Because at the time Momochi was learning how to rig, so to rig, so she like could do art and rig at the same time. And this person got super interested in that, and it was like, oh my god, first commission, cool. But then, like immediately, the person got extremely weird with Momochi. They started straight up trauma dumping, talking about their relationship with their supposed girlfriend and how it wasn't working out. Just like asking for life advice. And at the same time, the person, how do I say, they kind of try to use the payment as a means to keep you from breaking away from them, right? So like they would start trauma dumping and immediately talk about how they couldn't do the payment yet and they needed like would need another week or something. And it started to feel really weird. I remember Momochi at first we were very young and naive on the internet, right? So we didn't really know what to do. Like, do we just block this person? Is this like normal? What is happening? We were very naive in that regard with taking commissions online. So we tried talking to the person, but then I tried to talk to the person too, maybe like could get them to chill out a little bit or something. And instead, the person started asking me all these weird questions, and I could like feel from them that they were trying to assess how my relationship with Momochi was going. So I'm like, oh, this guy is straight up interested in Momochi, and they are trying to figure out if they have a chance or not. Awesome. This whole thing. We blocked the person, essentially. They didn't pay anything to us yet, so we didn't own anything to them, really. So we just blocked the person. And it was a good move. It was a good move because... Ugh. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm a drumpy not happened to me on stream, but I use it to happen to messenger programs me. My biggest mistake was leaving voice chats opens like a bar. Many of my old streams are cringe as fuck because of that. Ah. Yeah, that is pretty dangerous. That is pretty dangerous. Like if you keep your stream open to like people you know, it's usually not gonna be that bad. If you know your friends' temperaments, you can trust them with that. But if it's like random people from your Discord server, it's gonna be interesting. Especially because if someone really wants to get you into trouble, they can just like join your Discord server and start spouting nonsense. That will technically be your responsibility because you're the streamer. And the main problem with trauma dumping doesn't really fix whatever issue you're talking about. That's kind of the sad part. Like, if I could listen to someone complain for half an hour and they could live a happier life after that, I would actually do it. I would actually do it. Heck, I heard a lot of tough to hear, tough to handle shit when I was in my old roleplay guild, helping out my leader with some stuff and stuff like that, right? And aside from like a burnout that happened because like they were overloading me a little bit with what they were going through, because they were going through some heavy stuff. But aside from that, I overall didn't mind. I was okay with it, but this... How many tails do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7. So we need one more layer with tails. It depends. Most people just want to be heard and don't want solutions. I don't listen as much because of that, but also because my old advice was as used for those cheesy Hallmark cards. Fair, fair, fair. I mean, venting and needing to be just psych it up instead of having like an objective solution is absolutely a thing. And the hyping up part absolutely helps. It does. It actually does. But especially for streamers, right? If you're streaming and you have people who like rely on you to be there for them when they're feeling tired and they just want to like forget about their own problems and stuff like that, having someone coming up and start trauma dumping and reminding them of a bunch of different problems in the world and stuff like that, it's counterproductive, to say the least. It's very counterproductive. It's very counterproductive. It is very counterproductive. And I even think there are actually streamers that specialize on like life advice and stuff like that. There's also probably better people to ask these things about these things than me. Ask about these things than me. There are definitely more well-equipped people for that. Truly, truly hope that and believe that. If you're tuning up to see me, you should be tuning up for watching me do my pixel art and maybe get inspired to do some art yourself. Watching me play video games and be really, really dumb about it. God. Suikoden is being so much fun to play. It's being such a joy. The age of the game just makes it like adorably dorky, and I am so here for it. I am so here for the darkness. I just love things are like really, really darky. Having a vampire colored necklord, that is just genius. That is just genius. It is such a good double pin. It is such a good double pin. Yeah, he's colored necklord because he's a necromancer, but also... What games have more character usually? I don't know, internet's so obsessed with new stuff. People in general are obsessed with new stuff because new, the future, ooh, right? And let's be real, marketing makes it look like it's gonna be extra shiny. Like, come on, we've seen this cycle so much already. We've seen this cycle so much. You know the story, you know the rules, and so do I. Game comes out and people like start hyping it up. I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes it feels like the main attraction of the new game isn't the game itself, it's the hype and the wait, right? It's the emotion of waiting and hyping it up. People be like, oh my god, it's gonna be the best thing ever! Wah! 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 Then it isn't. Then people get really upset about it and they're like, oh my god, this isn't the best thing ever! Wah! 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 There's a element of frenzy within these things that I think people find amusing and entertaining in their own right. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay, this one's bigger, but I wanted to lower on this side, so I think we did it. We got the bases for the tails. Oh my god, there are so many. Hold up, I'm actually gonna name this layer here. There we go. I don't usually name my layers, but I'm gonna name this layer. Because otherwise it's gonna be really complicated. Floof unlock it indeed. Now, I am going to color it. Little by little, we're gonna do it. I charged it a little extra for this commission because I knew the tail was gonna be big. Oh hey, we have another comment. Hey Saya, welcome to the stream, how are you doing? Yeah, more people from Russia. It's really interesting how diverse my audience is. Even though it's a very tiny audience, it's a very diverse one. It's really fun. It's really fun. Ever want more animated emojis lodged for Shrinkiba? I recommend 7TV. Oh, that is true. Yeah, I need to check that out at one point. I've been delaying it for a while now. Ooh, what is this? This looks like... Ah, yeah, missing pixel. There you go. Wait, you don't have 7TV? No, I keep putting off checking it out. I keep putting it off. What I do have is I have alright, Lunatic. Since during my first ever subathon, both Lunatic and Felvire were insane mad lads. They donated 100 subs and nearly bankrupted themselves. They had to bonk them over the head. So that allowed me to get a bunch of extra animated emotes. So that's why I have a bunch of slots. Damn it, how can I not? That's a good question. That's a good question. Narix has been mostly lurking on my streams. I think he's being seduced by the dark side of VTubing. He's mostly like hunting down for the weirdest VTubers he can find. Or the most inusitated. Honestly, could be like that could almost be a video series on its own. I have delved into the jungle to find the most unhinged and difficult and rare types of VTubers. VTubers wouldn't know about that. Hmm? Yeah, what do you mean, Skay? You're literally in a VTuber stream. What do you mean? What do you mean? You know, I would like to have like a census on VTubers. Or the VTubers, what do they have against tubers? No, those are anti-tubers. They hate potatoes. The anti-tubers hate potatoes. Yes. Eh. See. I can kind of see who lurks in my chat because of the ninjalings, but I don't try to talk to anyone who I see lurking because I understand that if you're lurking, you're probably busy with something or you have a reason, like you don't really want to socially interact with anyone today and want to have a more passive. And that's why I don't usually call people out when they're lurking or something like that. I think it's just like common courtesy, really. I never lurk. That is true. That is true. You're very active whenever you're on stream. And I appreciate that too, Isaiah. Appreciate that too. Thank you. Oh. That should pick up on that joke. Eh? Wait, you do lurk, right? Wait, what's the joke? Eh? What's the joke? I didn't pick up on that one. Yeah, but I'm walking around for hours on your screen most of the time. I see. Look, I never said I pay too much attention to it. You know, because I'm actively trying to not see who is lurking and who isn't most of the time. Yeah. I'm wiggleable. Sorry for being willable, chat. Sorry for being willable. See here, do these. And I have singing lessons after this. I'm trying to sing Happy Chaos song from Guilty Gears. Very loopy song, very loopy song. I picked it up because it looked particularly challenging. And it is! It actually is. I lurk a lot too. I lurk a lot too. We like our lurkers. This is a ninja string after all. But yeah, let's see. What do I have to say today? Oh yeah. I watched a few animes this season. I think I tried talking about this one before, but I haven't really. There's this anime this season that is like so mid. I tried to sing a hot take on me on karaoke, that was a mistake. That has a lot of hard notes to reach. That one has a ton of hard notes to reach. Take on me, take on me, take me on. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that 222 will kill you. The trick is start low or you have nothing left. True. Mamma mia, mamma mia. I think Momochi might sing that one at one point. That would be funny. I don't remember which one. Momochi tried to sing a Queen song on class. Talking about animes, have you seen Super Crooks? Super Crooks. Hold up. I feel like I heard the name, but I'm not remembering what it's about. Can you give me like a rundown on the story? If I remember. Is it that one where they are like hold up. You know, SK, Shrek counts on anime if it counts as anime if it's Japanese dubbed. God, I kind of want to watch the Japanese dubbed Shrek. That would be wild. Can you imagine? What would Shrek sound like in Japanese? It's a match between Suicide Squad and Boys. Oh, no, I was thinking of Great Pretender, now that I remember, the one that I was thinking of. I haven't seen that one. Hold up. I haven't seen it, but is that the one that Mori Calliope plays the intro song? Is it like it is literally Suicide Squad the anime? Does it actually have the Suicide Squad characters in it? But anime. No, okay, then I'm thinking of another one. Then I really have no idea. Sorry, Seiya, I really have no idea. Tamanegi ni wa soga arunda donkey. I'm like an onion. I'm like an onion, I wanna fly away. Supervillains doing their thing, that's cool, that sounds cool. Do they actually have a superhero squad that goes after them, or is it like unchecked supervillainy? Or even, are the superheroes that go after them effective at all? But that sometimes is a thing too. Organized supervillains versus organized supervillains. Ah, I see, I see, I see. Okay, okay, okay. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Gotta keep the rivalry up. Gotta keep the rivalry up. Otherwise, you got like kinda like Despicable Me 1, right? Where it was just supervillains fighting each other to see who could out supervillain and who would out supervillain each other. God. Did you guys know that technically Despicable Me and the Minions were made by a Brazilian? You guys know that? But stories about villains weren't part of the network and does involve heroes that are kind of the boss style heroes. Ah, I see, I see, I see. That sounds like it could be a good time. That sounds like it could be a good time. Is it available on Netflix? I haven't checked too much of what Netflix has to offer this season. Ah, I see, I see, I see. I need to check it out then. I need to check it out. And for Devil May Cry, I have not heard too many good things about it. The new one. More than that, Netflix made it, but it's good. Ooh, I mean, they can do good stuff from time to time. They just had a lot of trouble doing stuff right. I can imagine that Dante can be slightly hard to write if you're like a writer who's trying to figure out a fresh new look for the character, or a fresh new take for the character, so to speak. I mean, let's be real. The reboot was terrible. Man, remember the reboot? Does anyone remember Devil May Cry, the reboot? God. God, that was a game. Like, the funny thing is, the gameplay of that game was completely fine. It was Devil May Cry in gameplay, exactly how it's supposed to be, but the new take and trying to be like, we live in a society was so bad. Also, Virgil wore a fedora. That is unforgivable. Oh, why was the Devil May Cry reboot not good? Virgil in a fedora. That's all that needs to be said. And I think he had a British accent too. They made Virgil in a fedora with a British accent. Oi mate, I beat the storm that is a-coming. Governor, there's a storm brewing, and it's me. Governor, I'm the storm that is approaching. I'm pretty sure Virgil also said his dick is bigger than a gaming. Wow, classy. Very Virgil. Yeah. Oh god. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Man. I wonder if that's also one of those cases where the person who takes over like haven't actually seen the games before, and it's like, huh, I have never seen this series, only heard stuff of it, and from what I heard, I can do better. That's always, I appreciate how that is consistently a recipe for disaster. And also how the Mega Man manga was made. The Brazilian Mega Man manga. Brazilian Mega Man manga was made by people who thought playing video games was a huge waste of time. And that you should not buy intellectual properties from other countries and should instead focus on your own. While they were doing comic that technically used intellectual property from other countries. Anyways, it's very confusing. It's very confusing. Don't let me get started on that one. I can talk about it for 1.5 hours from what happened last time. I timed it. But yeah, oh god. So anyways, I've been trying to figure out how to talk about this one anime that I watched. And I have finally figured out the best way to describe the start of that show. The backstory of the main character is pretty much the script for an NTR Shmentai. And he's the cuck. That is the backstory. That is the backstory. He is the cuck of an NTR Shmentai. And because of his sadness, he is chosen to live in another world. Yep. They even had the wife say that she wanted to sleep with Shadkun for his better genes. But there was a twist. There was a twist in the story that could almost lead you into thinking that maybe the story would actually amount to something a little bit more interesting than some weird wish fulfillment fantasy. Right? And the hook that was given on the story is that the guy who gives the main character's soul the chance to travel to another world is actually not good. Which is like for an isekai, incredibly enough, a concept that hasn't really been fully explored yet. There have been a few anime that the person who... when the person gets isekai'd, it is not for their benefit. Understandable, indeed. But the concept hasn't really been fully explored so far. So far, at best, you got like either like a king that's really greedy or stupid, right? And doesn't recognize the value of the character. Or maybe a goddess that decides to just hate on the character for no reason. That last one is another terrible one, call it failure frame. I do love when an anime that's bad has failure in its name. I feel like it's very fitting. It feels very ironic. And at the same time, very appropriate. You know? It's like, oh, what are we going to name this terrible story? Ah, just name it failure. We know it's not going anywhere, just name it failure. So, but that is not the anime we're talking about right now. No. So, apparently the guy who teleports the main character is a demon who likes to feed on the misery of others. So it is pretty much implied that the protagonist is going to have a tragic ending in his isekai journey. Except that the first scene of the anime is the main protagonist already grown up in the other world. He has a harem of like 5 different chicks who all have sworn their lives to him, so he pretty much has a harem. He has a harem, right? Every single one of them thinks he's the hottest shit ever since sliced bread. And he has this huge armada that he's leading because it's a space fantasy anime. It's not generic medieval fantasy, it's generic space fantasy. It's even like keeps referencing the materials that inspired it, so to speak, all the time. It keeps talking about Gundam and shit. I mean, like, remember Gundam? Yeah, that anime is so much better than this one, isn't it? Anyways, here's some shmakus for you to whack around in. Don't confuse them with zakus. They're legally distinct. They're the shmakus. They're legally distinct. Their name wasn't actually shmakus, but it was something pretty close to it. It was something very close to shmakus. Someone brought up an interesting thing to me. Girls seem to have love fantasy novels and guys have anime. There's exceptions, obviously, but still. I feel like that's a big generalization. Like, for instance, I'm married to a girl who hates love stories. Like, straight up cannot stand them. Understandable, they're pretty bad at times. They are. But then again, she is like the outlier of the outlier. She actually doesn't think any of the guys from Love in Deep Space are hot. Wait. Huh? Ah! Wrong Leia, my dude. Wrong Leia. Yeah, which layer is this? Yeah, dramatic music because I colored in the wrong layer. Perfect. That's about right. Here we go. There are, like, she is very picky with the shoujo stuff that's like, and it's kind of funny because usually the shoujo stuff that she likes is the shoujo stuff that I like, so we can usually have a pretty good agreement on what we can watch. It's black and white and rain effect. Hold up. Nah, I don't have that reading, sorry. I could have that reading, but I don't because I don't want to explode my GPU. You can actually do that with VTube Studio. But it takes a little bit of setup. Okay. My hydrator seems like being hit by a fire hose. I should probably fix that. Never forget to put cooldowns on your hydrate readings. especially if they're animated. Twitch sometimes does this thing where people will get infinite points for no reason. Okay. Like this and like this. Yeah. Color is fine here. Fine here. Fine here. There we go. Final one. Oh god. Now the shading. On the bright side, when that is done, pretty much done. Until we have to animate everything, and then it's gonna be hell, but we're gonna do it. Talking about anime again? Heavenly Delusion. Nope. I think that one isn't available in my country. I think that one just isn't available in my country. Or maybe I'm being a big ol' weeb and I don't know the name in English, but I know it in Japanese, so... that could be a thing. What is that one like? Tengoku Daimakyo. Nope. And I go out of the way to watch everything that's available in my country at the beginning of every season. So I think it's just not available in my country. For reasons. By the way, the bad anime that I was talking about is called something galactic villain in another world. Watch it. I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can find it. Is it new? Is it from the season? Or is it more old? I was trying to find Serial Experiment Lane to watch on Crunchyroll. They don't have it. And I was like, God damn, I really wanted to rewatch that. 2023, mangas from 18, I see. I tried rewatching Record of Lotus recently. It's undeniable pretty, but the story is a little lacking. Elf Chick, I swear, is one of the OG to Tsundere. Indeed. Didlit, right? Yeah, it's a really pretty anime. It's very influential. I am absolutely positive that the story aged like milk. There are some anime that they are very influential, but the main reason why they're very influential, it was because at the time, no one has done what they are doing. At the time they were released, no one was doing what they are doing. I heard it's based on someone's D&D campaign, but I don't know. It's D&D based. That is true. That much is true. If it's just based on someone's D&D campaign or not. I discovered that. That I watched. That I watched. That one will never be finished though. It was the author's masterpiece, their final work. They also had another anime slash series that had a really weird name. It was called Triage. That one is finished. And that one is like the edgiest edgefest that ever edged. Triage, if I believe the story went like... There are people who are taking advantage of society, and these people are the cancer that ruins society. So, a group known as Triage that are led by a doctor will excise these villains from society like they are removing a cancer. That is the actual story. That is the actually. So it's like absolutely edgy teenage fantasy. I know, shocking from the author of a show as serious as High School of the Dead, which touches many political and philosophical issues, right? But yeah, there you go. There you go. That's the author. That actually reminds me that there was this hentai that was published here in Brazil that I always had a lot of curiosity, but I never actually had the guts to buy. It was called Moose. And it was a story about a bunch of jewel thieves that wore very tight leather outfits and probably banged each other. The art was pretty. I feel bad that I didn't buy it. Any media can be shameless, that's fine to me. It's when you try to pretend you're more than it is that it's why you lie. I'm not sure I want to Google Moose. No, it's Moose. It's Moose. Like the dessert. But yeah, if you try to Google Moose hentai, there is a 5% chance that you will hit like, I don't know, some... Yeah, no. Yeah, don't do that. Actually, just don't do that. Now, let's not imagine the potential. Let's just move on. Let's just move on with our lives, shall we? You've seen too much internet already, protect your eyes. Citizen, you have reached maximum internet usage capacity for the day. Please return to touching grass for your mental sanity. There we go. I am trying to make the shadows have like a fur to them. Because that helps sells the fluff. Oh yeah, my friend decided to try her hand in lewd furry art for some reason, and I had to teach her about 6100. I don't know, maybe she found someone who wanted to commission it. Honestly, the main reason you'd get into that is because you found someone who is paying money for it. The internet version of Russian roulette is like a friend's art and their friends, etc. You eventually find something weird you can't unsee every time. I can believe that. I can believe that. Also, I am pretty sure you can play that with my profile and it wouldn't even be that hard to reach the limit. I've known many lovely people who are into many curious tags. And honestly, God bless, Godspeed, whatever gets you through the day. I ain't judging. I have so many tags. Fair. That is fair. That is fair. Give us a good opinion, must be protected. It's too late for me. Don't worry about it. Skay, have you forgotten I played Ragnarok Online? Have you seen half the doujin that have Ragnarok Online in it? I found those before. Don't worry about it. I can handle it. I have unfortunately been exposed to digital lovers. So yeah. Oh, that's one part of RBO I never saw, thankfully. I did the private search with mods though. Skay, be honest. Did you went to the private server where the Kafra was doing things with the orc? I remember seeing a sprite like that before. I thought that the way they try to draw penises in the male characters were so bad. Because they had to work around the fact that they couldn't like add any volume outside of the sprites. So it's literally like a little peepee, not necessarily a little peepee, but it's like a peepee that's being taped to the leg. It looks uncomfortable. It looks really uncomfortable. Oh, this one turned out really good. Hold up. Hold up. I think I can learn from this one. Also. No. It's okay. It's okay. Like, I'm not gonna try to win a contest of who saw most freaked up stuff on the internet, because honestly, I feel like that's one of those games where nobody really wins. But I just seen a lot of stuff, and with time I just decided what I like and what I don't like, what I find acceptable and what I don't. And turns out the not that very long of a list, turns out. Dun, 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 dun. Though I gotta say, the worst idea I ever had was trying to stream 18 plus games on the Discord server. Because it got into tags I do not like way too quickly. Stretch, thank you. This is what being an adult in 2025 should be, not gonna lie. Some are just like, no, never cast eyes upon it, even out of curiosity. People get weird when it comes to sex stuff. I think like having some honest conversations about it goes actually a long way. And who knows, maybe that's the part of me that's too pure. Although there are certain things that I keep myself out of mostly. Like for instance, because honestly it would be freaking weird for me. It would be pretty weird for me to do. Like stuff like Fansly and Ken Girls. It's like not something I ever tried, nor do I have any wish to try. Because I'm married and it would the interaction would feel weird, you know? The interaction would feel pretty weird for me. If you're single, like, I don't know, whatever floats your boat. For me, it wouldn't, like, feel like the correct thing to do, you know? You know? I'm in the wrong layer, I see. God damn. Thank you for the hydrate, Isaiah. There we go. I have friends who do that stuff. I sat on a fence like I have a group of people who really want me to, and another with pitchforks. People who want you to watch Ken Girls? That feels like that's none of their business. That actually feels like that's none of their business, honestly. Did I misunderstand that? Ah, make content. I see. OF and Fansly play on exclusivity and all that, and I don't know why you'd even want to use it when you're married. That is true. That is true. Like, obviously, if you're going to, you first need to have some sort of agreement with your partner about that, and like the boundaries and whatnot. Because if you don't have that, you are very close to cheating, probably. It's probably not gonna end well. There are some people who are more jealous, who would even consider adult content, using adult content when you're in a relationship as cheating. That is not the case in my relationship. I also don't get jealous of any fantasy man that she might find attractive, or women. In fact, honestly, most of the time I should probably be more jealous of the women than of the men, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm not. Honestly. But yeah, OnlyFans it feels a little bit like, I don't know, like a step girlfriend or something. But I don't know. I think it's different for every content creator. It's gonna be different for every content creator. Like, kind of like with how streamers have varying levels of intimacy with their chat, right? So I don't know, like literally I never used the thing, so I don't actually know. It's a weird gray area. I used to just use my ethics from MMOs, which I take none of it too seriously until things turns IRL. But yeah, things got complicated ever since everything got more online. Ah, yeah. That is true. That is true. The Great Vid. After the Great Vid. Here's a question, Skate. You have people who want you to make content, but you're not sure how you feel about it. What are your main reservations about it? Like people getting to parasocial and weird because you started doing it, like getting treated differently? Because honestly, like especially when we started doing VTubing, I did try to keep myself with an open mind for different stuff, right? And trying to figure out what to do, what kind of stuff is content and what kind of stuff is not. So I had to like imagine different scenarios, and I imagined a scenario of doing something of the sort, but overall I decided that I'm just not comfortable with that kind of stuff. Particularly. Like, I can do not safe for work commissions, like, no problem. But I won't actually take not safe for work commissions of, like, my characters or stuff like my character, which are character or something like that. Because that starts to feel weird for me. And another very important thing that I do have to take into consideration if I take a not safe for a commission is making sure that the person doing the commission isn't using my art to be a little creepo. Like, imagine I take a commission and a guy like asks for like, I don't know, some lewd art of some VTuber or something. I make the art, and then turns out that the guy is like a serial stalker, and he is doing that to like pretend he has a relationship with the VTuber and whatnot. That would be like, no, please don't. I don't want my art to be used for that. No. That would make me feel horrible. Whenever I get something that's like 2 or more OCs, I make sure that either the person owns both OCs, or the person who has the OC is okay with them doing that. Parasocial issues and I have a very varied friend group who can stand each other. Plus, another issue, like, want to talk to me as I look like my avatar IRL, even though they say they're serious. Eh? Ah. I see, I see, I see. So you have that kind of issue because you also have a female big booba girl avatar, right? So that kind of stuff can happen. I see, I see, I see. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, Isaiah? Don't tell me you don't have Chikabatokas. I'm sorry, Isaiah. But I have been warning you all along. I am Wolf. This is my true form, IRL. This is my true form, IRL. I've been asked how I use my keyboard before. Raccoon like disguise skills. I'm gonna ask Kiba the same. How do I type with my pulse? Very carefully, the same way Norex does it. Exactly the same way Norex does it. Damn. I'll be real. When I first started VTubing, right, I actually didn't know using a female model was an option. I think I started like it was the beginning of 21. People were discovering the wonders and horrors of male VTubing TM. And it was a really, really weird time to be doing content. Because on Twitter in particular, it just felt like every other day there was male VTuber outed for X crimes against nature. I just treated everything at MMORPG logic. What I learned from that, then all this other stuff happened. I see, I see. Yeah, I know. It is a lot. There's definitely a lot of stuff. What do you guys think? Is the shading making sense? God, this tail. I am so happy that the person who commissioned me gave me a huge tip. Because this is probably gonna be more work than I was originally signing up for. Everything under her booba should be completely black. I gotta respect that, the person who commissioned me. They were like, the bigger the better, and I was like, okay. It shows. It shows. Also, there is one detail that I'm missing. Very important detail. I forgot her necklace. Let's see here. That is a cute necklace. I never feel bad or hate life so much they try to become their own Caesar. Oh, they certainly exist. Honestly, though, you haven't if you have been to happier online MMO places if you haven't encountered them. Because I encountered them by the thousands and when playing Ragnarok Online, man. There were people who were so attached to their characters, they kind of lost themselves a little bit. It got a bit intense. It got a bit intense. It was a little bit like, guys, can we please like chill? Thank you. Happened a lot with guild leaders now that I think about it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this because you don't know which server I was from. You don't know if... because thank God there are so many private servers in Ragnarok Online that trying to figure out which one I played would take you forever. So I can tell this kind of stories without much repercussion. So I knew of, I didn't know the person, but I knew of a person who liked writing a lot of fan fiction, a lot of Ragnarok Online fan fiction, right? Which they would use as basis for their roleplay. That is pretty standard. It's pretty standard. Like you have a hobby of writing fantasy. You want to be an author someday. You start with the game. You start with the game you like, and you're gonna like use this as practice and to propel yourself into hopefully a career, if not at least a hobby. Right? That is fine. That is fine and wonderful. So this person got dumped by their girlfriend. By the way, most of the tragedy stories that I know always start with this person got dumped by their girlfriend. So basically what happened is the person had a girlfriend that they probably really like it, right? I don't know their relationship. I'm not gonna try to analyze it too much. But basically what happened, according to what I heard, is that she traveled abroad, right? And ended up meeting someone else. So the long distance did not work. The long distance relationship did not work. And she dumped the guy, right? And she was like a co-leader. She was part of his roleplay guild, right? So What the guy did was, in order to justify her going away in the roleplay, because he thought it was important to acknowledge that her character existed, right? He thought it was very important to acknowledge that the character existed. What he did is, he wrote a, I don't know, 100 pages saga, or more even. He wrote an entire saga where his character died. The character of his ex-girlfriend took over the guild, right? But she was a terrible leader, and everyone was suffering while she was in charge, and they all wanted their true leader to return, right? And then in the glorious ending, he returns, he realizes that she's being corrupted or some sort of stuff like that, and banishes her far away. And that's why she's not in the guild anymore, guys. So basically someone wrote revenge fic because their girlfriend dumped it, and yeah. I do feel bad for people. I read that one. So that was one thing that I witnessed. Or rather heard of. That was one thing. So yeah, fun times. Ah, now I know why I didn't remember to use her necklace, because it doesn't show up at all. It's fine. Suppose my melodrama blur all happened because of that one time in the old FF Online where guild friends said that they let's make girl characters and get free stuff because they got sick of the double standards, I guess. The Scanon event I should go back in time to change. The necklace, indeed. Okay. I think we are ready to animate. So now I'm gonna start to be a little bit more simple. So here's what I want. Here's what the client wants: bouncage, right? So let me actually check something. Let me check a reference, because he wants it similar to this other one. So I do need to check out how much actually went up and down. No, it's actually like only one. The boing. Yeah. I can get away with a single pixel of movement here. Yeah, this boing. So I want something similar. Those are some big pixels. Thank you. So we need to figure out, first off, how many frames we're gonna use. We're gonna use 6 frames. There we go. Now we need to figure out the height of the booba. In fact, I'm gonna keep backup here, just in case. And now we can start here. We can do, whoops. Where's the boob? There's the boob. Let me name this one. Okay, so before we get started, I need to take a quick break. I need to let my doggo out and grab some water, and I'll be right back, okay? Just a second. Don't go anywhere. Unless you have to, then go somewhere. So BRB. Okay, I am back. Got myself a shake. And a banana. That is my afternoon snack. I shall now do ASMR eating a banana. Nah, thanks. Like, why do people think eating a banana is sexy? Like, you literally bite it off. Unless you, like, have some... Well, you could have some interesting taste, I suppose. So how do I want to do this? Do I want her to go up or do I want her to go down? Think. Let me take out the fluffle first. Let's think here. Innuendos, I blame Japan and weird censorship workaround. Yeah, weird censorship workaround. It's the foundation of anime and shimentai. There's actually a book about it here in Brazil. The name of the book is called Hentai, the Art of Seduction. It's a really catchy title. It's... What, here in Brazil there is a book, there was a book that was published that tells the story of hentai as an art form throughout the years. It has like the top main titles, the main authors, how they contributed to the genre. It's like an encyclopedia. I wonder if my much his sister has it. I never actually bought it. Uh-oh. I forgot an important detail. She actually has shoes. God damn it, I forgot her shoes. I was too focused on the floof. Easy to fix though. We're not quite there for animating just yet. But anyways, even though technically I am talking about it in a more educational lens, I'm not entirely sure how much I can actually say on Twitch. Probably a lot if the mods are asleep. But that's usually not a good way to keep on good terms with them, right? I have a how to draw anime book. One of the drawings is Adobe Flash and the art is very itchy and another is fighting poses, except some of it doesn't look like fighting. And I might have randomly got an IRL nosebleed. I wish I was joking. Oh no! Hey, reference is gold, honestly. If it's good references, it's worth something. Let me guess, it's a high kick. Is it a high kick? It's usually a high kick. Usually it's a high kick. There we go. Also, one completely unrelated, but one thing I noticed, I think Twitch is having some weird bugs again. Either that, or there are 48 people who really enjoy watching my VODs just right after I finish streaming. Was wrestling on the floor. I couldn't be unphrased, but I can now. I see. No, on this with this perspective, would be like this. Oh yeah, they keep changing how the numbers count anyways all the time, so it's really hard to understand. It is like kind of weird because they got like they try to keep track of your progress each time you stream. So it's like, oh, you had like, I don't know, the 48 new viewers last stream. I'm like, pretty sure I didn't. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Hey Medina, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We're making a very big lady. How are you today? Hello. Hope you're doing good. Doing comfy, thank you. She looks gorgeous. Well done. Thank you, thank you. Also, she has floof. I'm doing good, I'm doing good. I just got myself a protein shake and a banana. Now I am trying to plan, I'm doing her shoes while trying to plan how to animate her idle positions, you know? Banana is good. I once had a 200% raid while I was in VR chat and proceeded to raid the instance. Got stage fright, one of the worst streams of my life. Ah, yeah. Actually getting a lot of people at once. Will be hard for sure, but look amazing when you're done. Yeah. God, I love the music from Flipwitch so much. It's so good. That happened with me once. I think it was Bad who raided me, and they like had been raided by someone big before or something. And like I completely forgot what I was doing or saying. And I couldn't introduce myself properly, which was a bit of a waste, honestly. The worst part is, at times like this, you kinda have to pretend nothing is going on and continue, right? You're just, it's like, it's a raid like none other else. It's fine, it's fine. Fake until you make it, unfortunately, is kinda true. Exactly. Oh, it's not so much being fake, it's just not, how do you say, not getting intimidated? Right? Show must go on, as they say. That's why some said to ignore the number, in fact, turned it off. Still, a lot of new movement in chat can be frightening on its own, because at one point you're like chatting with your buddy and then it's like a bunch of people talking at once and you're like, uh-oh, what is happening anymore? What is happening anymore? Which is also kind of a weird paradox of like streamers, right? Boo. Oh my god, I've been so scared. Oh my god, Isaiah. Yeah. But yeah, like, it's like the paradox of streaming, right? When you start streaming, you're streaming to 0 viewers, right? Thank you for the stretch and the hydrate. You're streaming to 0 viewers. So you have to talk to yourself a lot, right? Then you get a comfy amount of viewers. then you're not talking to yourself anymore. You're talking to your viewers, and you can even maintain conversations. Then, if you get too big, your chat becomes too hard to read or follow. And then you're back talking to yourself again. And the chat kind of becomes 90% of the time like a barometer. So you can know if what you're talking about is pleasing or displeasing. Exactly. Personally, I think your streamers are amazing. Hardworking and deserve more recognition. Aw, thank you, Medina. Thank you. Okay. Go. Chatting in big stacks suck exactly because of that. It's yelling into the void. It is. Honestly, I'm still not sure. How would I handle that exactly? Because I would absolutely miss being able to just talk to you guys on without like any issue, you know? But then again, maybe I don't necessarily need to grow as a streamer as long as I grow as an artist, you know? Anyways, Big Booba Lady got her shoes. At least all the visible ones. There was one streamer that I watched a lot of, right? I just like that Kiba fell and his coffee strings of character art. Ah. Welcome back for 2 seconds, Lunatic. Hope you enjoy your 2 seconds. Okay, so let me see if this works. It's gonna look... Chat, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna look choppy. But it has to be done. But I gotta go to sleep now, like, since I gotta get up early in the morning. I see. Go to bed. 2 in the morning and stuff. That is some pretty booba. The commissioner, the person who commissioned, like, wanted the booba to be as big as possible. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna add some extra pixels since from the last one. So, like, if we compare the size, I have made it like 15% larger. It's 15% larger in volume. Look, I got a $20 tip. I'm gonna give back. I have calculated perfectly. Inflation hit Poopa. Yeah. I think I read that on the internet once, that the inflation really does hit Booba very hard. For more details, look up Booba inflation. Hi, Camel God, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Oh, that is good to hear. That is good to hear. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this idol. I think I'm actually moving too much. I can probably do a much better job with much less. Sometimes more is not always more, you know? So I'm gonna be driving to my new workplace tomorrow. Oh! Hope it's nice too, Lunatic. So... I generally not seeing a real person smoke a tobacco pipe. True. I think they are very offensive and like for private situations. Still quite new to driving, so I'm gonna have someone with me. Wish me luck. Ah! Oh my god! Oh. I get it. First time driving can be quite terrifying, but you're gonna be fine, Lunatic, I'm sure. You may have seen one or very two old people smoke a pipe, but no sexy ladies yet. Let me see. Okay, I think it's a bit too fast. And I want it to be up a little bit more. Not exactly first time driving, but first time on main roads, quite nervous. Ah, I see. Something like this. Especially since Thailand has such a high rate of road accidents. I was about to ask. Let's see, like this. What if I start like this? There we go. There's the boing boing. There's the boing boing prototype. There's the boing boing prototype. There we go. Let me make the hair accompany her because it's also gonna be important. But yeah, Lunatic, stay safe, stay in your lane, and you should be fine. Did you guys know Mamuchi is also afraid of driving a little bit? She's been getting better at it though. Okay, so more or less like this. This one. Yeah, start. Okay. Good luck, Momo. We can get through for the both of us. You got this, you got this. So while shopping in the store, this old man by me suggested that drinking for relaxment that they sell here, I tell him that I don't use any forms of THC, and he straight up says, have you been high before? And this is like an 80-year-old dude. Oh dear. Apparently he drinks a can or two a day, and sometimes after drinking he goes into a pool. That is like a recipe for bad things happening to you. I'm gonna say right now. That is not very smart behavior. Okay, guys, so here's where the magic starts. We gotta make it... Let me think. Do I want it to squeeze at the top like this one? Nah, I think I want to do like this. I think I want to do like this. So here we gotta add... Don't do any drugs and go swimming. That's a bad combination. That is an awful combination. You're not even supposed to eat and go for a swim. Imagine doing drugs. Don't listen to the hippie grandpa, oh god. Consume safely. Yeah, I have no clue, but I'm interested in what story he has. Alright, gotta go now. Hope you have a good stream, Kiba. Good luck with arting. Sorry I wasn't able... Don't worry about it, Lunatic. Don't worry about it. And thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. I appreciated that even though it's like a really big day, you even thought of me at all, you know? Okay. Then we can do this. And we do squish. Boob Layer 2025. Then like this. Also, I got a new mouse, so yippee, no more double clicking. Ooh, that is good. That is good. That is good news. That is good news. I think I wanna do like this too. So that way I can do this and this. And this. Okay, for real now. Goodbye. Bye-bye, Lunatic. Have a good one. Okay, so now do it like this, right? You guys can are already starting to see the motions. It is. Then I think it's great. Her best dress can barely contain her boob. I love it. Thank you, thank you. Jiggles and the wiggles. I forgot her sleeves. I'm doing the breasts. We're animating the breasts. I'll take care of the sleeves later. It's fine. Jiggles and the wiggles. Okay. Now we can get started here. Maybe. Hold up. Let's make this animation a little bit more. Let's add some oomph to the animation. Possible. And like this. And here. A little bit of this. And a little bit of this. There we go. That's a lot more oomph. And I haven't even gotten started on it, but that already does a lot for us. That already does a whole lot for us. Honestly, I'll be real. I really love doing jiggling animations, like it's... Yeah, but have you been up to anything interesting that's happening? Shindu is the infamous Jiggly Weekly. Interesting is that being happening? At this moment, not a lot. I'm kinda trapped in the house a little bit because I'm helping my mom. My grandma's caretaker has taken a few days off. So because of that, we're kind of having to staying house for the moment, right? Because she needs to take a time off. It's like legally required, you know? Please say Mama Kiba and Granny Kiba hello to chat. I will, don't worry. But yeah, so we've been stuck in the house a little bit because of that. It's been a few tiring days, not gonna lie. But other than that, it's been fairly chill. It's been fairly chill. Still going to the gym, still being good, responsible adult and taking care of myself. Yes. We're doing art classes now. I don't know if you know that. Camel. Whenever Momochi feels like she is hitting a brick on the road or something like that, there's this art school that we know of that she loves to go. And I decided to go there as well to see if like I can brush up on the basics. Basically, the course is like a basic art course. And even though it's a basic art course, there are a lot of people who like already know how to draw a lot of stuff there. And they're basically there for the same reason as Momochi, because you gotta brush up your basics every so often. No, like, that's really cool, because technically Everything that I know, I either learned it myself or I asked Momochi for help when it comes to art. Like basic stuff, like shading and stuff like that, right? It is a very nice place, indeed. It is a lot of more work for me to do, though. Because you gotta do because you have homework. Homework. Been a while since I had any. Man, I cared so much about turning in homework. Like, no one in my school cared about turning in homework. I was like the only one. And there was so much of it. Not talking about the art course, I'm talking about regular school. Yeah, Vibe seems to check out, which is important. It's a good place, it's a good place, a good place. Usually, whenever Momochi goes there, I feel like she makes like some significant strides in her art style. And honestly, it's been useful for me too. Like, a lot of it is like techniques for actual drawing with pen and pencil. But there's also like a whole slew of like basic stuff, like checking for light and stuff like that, that, I don't know, felt helpful. Felt helpful. There we go. Man, this could be a butt. This could absolutely be a butt. Today I did some major cleaning, had to throw away some ancient shirts and holes and stuff. Sometimes I got weirdly attached to random items. Ah, I get it. I get it, I get it. It's like, but what if I need it? I could need it, I don't know. Maybe in the future I could use that t-shirt with holes to... something! There we go. So here... just had a cursed anatomy thought. Oh? What is it, Camel God? What is it? Let's avoid to think of this lovely lady, what this lovely lady's spinal strength must be like. The chances of needing a t-shirts with holes is low, but never zero. What if butts were on chests? Honestly, I'm glad they aren't, because there are stuff that I don't need to be looking when it's happening, you know? There's stuff that happens in the butt that I don't need it to be looking at when it's happening. Yeah, but one was a gift, another one had my dad's business logo on it. He's now retired. I see, I see, I see. Yeah, I'll be real. Have there been stuff that's been thrown out that I regret and wish I didn't throw out? Of course. But at the end of the day, it's mostly it's mostly going nowhere. anime genes have the strongest spines in nature. That is true. That is true. That is absolutely true. What I kind of love about the drawing the boobas this big is that I can put a lot more details on it than I normally would in other pixel art. But then again, I could just draw the ladies bigger in general, so yeah. I'd wish I'd be half as strong as big anime booba ladies back. That is true. No scoliosis. Man, scoliosis is one hell of a name, isn't it? Man, this song. The character that this song belongs to is quite amazing. Crazy what kind of ailments there are. I know, there are so many. The human body is very complicated, so it stands that there should be a lot that could go wrong with it. It makes sense. It makes sense. Okay, so now we are gonna put this up here. Now, honestly, let's just redraw. It's probably easier. Man, Final Fantasy VI is wild. Final Fantasy VI is so wild. Did you know that the game had to censor a few boobies here and there? Because in the original Japanese version, there were a few enemies that were... There were actually a bunch of naked ladies as enemies. Shitload of them, and Nintendo wasn't around with that when it came to porting it to the US. What are some foods that you want to eat? Might has anything that has high IQ. I don't want to eat octopuses. I don't want to eat bunnies. Let's see, what else I won't eat? I don't really want to eat stuff like brains. I think that's a little bit too creepy. I'm okay with chicken hearts, though. Actually, Medina, that's probably a wise idea because the healthiest meat is usually the high grade stuff. Other than that, nothing really comes to mind. Like, I don't like eating cute stuff that isn't generally already eaten. Like, I'm sorry, cows, but let's be real. Your current place in the world is... There isn't much I can do about it. Whether I eat you or not. Bunnies, do you mean domesticated? Rabbits in general Like here in Brazil, eating rabbit is not like a common thing. You would have to go to a restaurant that has it in particular to eat it. So I really wouldn't go out of my way to eat them, essentially. I'd be a little bit like, ah, cool, I'm eating Bugs Bunny. It's the main thought in my head. Yeah, obviously I'll not be able to eat dogs and cats. Ah, no. Domestic pets in general, no. Pets in general, no. Yeah, there are people who eat capybara, even though it's illegal. I wouldn't. For starter, because it's illegal. Secondly, they're cute. Thirdly, they had here in Brazil there is a type of tick that rides on capybaras mostly that carries like deadly diseases. So I'm not even sure if it's healthy to eat them, you know? Yeah, ticks are the worst. Ticks are the worst. Cows are cute as fuck, and it's kind of different in my head. Yeah, pet-coded animals for us is a big no-no. Depending where you grew up, it's normal though. Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. God, I hate ticks. There's a specific type of tick that bites you. You won't be able to eat red meat ever again without breaking into life-threatening allergic reaction. Wow. That one I didn't know of. You know, I actually... How do I put this? I actually got bitten by a tick that could carry one of these diseases once, but I got... I managed to find a doctor that was an expert on it. He gave me like a special medication. So I didn't develop any symptoms. Because I had to go to a high-risk infection area for a school project. A university project, actually. Ninja School really sent you there, huh? They did. That wasn't Suma's fault, though. As a kid, I almost got the one thingy from the ticket that makes your brain inflamed. Now I'm vaccinated, though. That is good. That is good that you're vaccinated. I knew this one slightly crazy entrepreneur guy who worked in an Australian farm for a while. He got bit by a spider he found in some bananas and he ended up in the hospital. Wow. You could say that story was really bananas, and I hope he is well today. Oh, look at that. That's much better. It might cost your life, Dabs. Bananas! They're delicious, they're rich in potassium, but is it really worth it? I'm not... Is it that worth it? I'm not sure. I am not sure if it's that worth it. Australia is a dengue place, right, when it comes to the wildlife. Although, I am sure you just get used to it. Kinda like living in an area that's full of rattlesnakes. Worrying about the rattlesnakes won't make them go away. I live in a place that has a lot of rattlesnakes. Ah, I see. It's funny. Here in Brazil, we have a very tiny snake that is kinda cute, but also super deadly. We call it the coral snake. It's a itty bitty snake. It's a itty bitty snake that is white. It's part white, part red, and part black. It's a white snake with white and red stripes. Aren't snakes not an issue as long as don't surprise them? True, they are. But when it comes to like, because in the end, right, snakes aren't. If they feel threatened to. And here's the funny part about that snake. That snake is so deadly. Oh my god. Guys, I think we reached a good amount of bouncage. Look at this go. Look at this go. Melon bounce get, indeed. Boing, boing, boing. We're boing, boing. Now, there are still a few details I want to adjust. Like, for instance, in this frame in particular, I think I can do it like this, so it feels like it's a bit more open. And we need to fix this here. There we go. Wait, I just remembered that thing I asked for. Eh? What do you mean, Steve? I do think... Let's see here. Okay. Now, Shoto Tomate. Oh. There we go. Nice. Back to animals, yes. Only interesting animal encounter I remember was watching a hedgehog heading for a road. He seemed determined to go until I offered it to him from the sandwich. Then he did 180. Oh. Wait, aren't hedgehogs herbivores? Are hedgehogs herbivores, though? I think I know why he might have not been into your ham sandwich. Okay. He seemed happy enough because he went back. Ah. I guess they're omnivores then. Ah, I think they're omnivores. I think they eat insects and like eggs or something. No. I think they're omnivores. Right. That is such like an imposing title, by the way. Omnivore. That almost sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon villain. You fear the wrath of the omnivore. Beware, for I, omnivore, will take you all to the Nexus dimension. I fear just war. You know what? That is fair. I fear war too. And every so often I encounter VTubers who are specialized in vor. Because of course there is that. Okay, I think this is better. We gotta do a little bit more of this here. Man, I'll never forget that one time that Momochi was collabing with Milia, and Milia was talking about vor, and she sent a picture of vor for Momochi, and Momochi opened it and it accidentally showed on stream. When was this? Year 1, Camel God. Year 1. Yeah, like someone took the sexual meaning of the sentence "I want you inside me" very literally. That's how I feel vor was born. Ultimately, again, whatever the frick floats your boat, but doesn't mean I have to like it. I wish I saw this moment, sounds funny. It was a moment of sheer panic, especially because at the time we were just starting, it was like, oh, imagine just like getting banned on like your first streams. That would have been sad. The sentence. Okay, I have a theory I wanna test. Okay, this looks weird. This also looks weird. Yeah, but thankfully everything went well. Thankfully. This looks weird. Interesting. Sometimes 5 frames is better than 6. This actually happened in the other one too. Oh, Milia was like super sorry because she was the one who... You know how Milia is. Milia is a really nice bean. So she was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," because she felt responsible, poor thing. Luckily, Twitch didn't go by a hammer. Yeah. Thankfully. Let me see. How did I do this? Okay. I think I figured out what I'm supposed to do here. Okay, so let me take this one out of the equation. The hammer is no match for the flamethrower. True. It feels like a fever dream, but now I remember when Twitch basically let people draw not safe art for... Yeah, that... I almost feel like that happened to prove a point. What? That was complete chaos, yes. I almost feel like the reason they did that was that they were trying to prove a point about what would happen if they allowed it. And I hope that they proved their point. What do you guys think? I think it's more fluid now, right? Nice. So... So now... we focused on the most important thing. Now we need to focus on a few other stuff, including, but not limited, the fact that I completely forgot that she has sleeves. And I need to do them. I think I'm gonna do them on a different layer, just so it's easier for me to copy. Here we go. How do you change the FPS on as a sprite? So you take Shift P, and it's not Shift P, it's just P. There you go. Duration milliseconds. You can change the FPS here. You can change it for individual frames, or for multiple frames at once. So let's say I want to make this really fast. If I type 50, it will double the speed. So There you go, Turbo. Turbo Booba. So if you wanna like increase a little bit, you can go like for 74. That's a 25% increase. Depending on how many frames you're using it, this makes it way more fluid. And I mean, come on, God, as a Pride is on Steam, you can do like a 10%, it's like barely noticeable. It is, it is, it is. Technically, it's it's way more limited than, say, having... Than using, let's say, Adobe, right? Adobe Studio, I think has more features. However, I feel that having less features is more useful when you're doing pixel art, because there are certain things that pixel art really isn't supposed to do, in my opinion. Like rotating. Just as an example, rotating, right? Pixel art kinda doesn't rotate well. Although there are games that use it, they use like features for simulate rotation, right? You can rotate. I can, but in pixel art it will be not good. Let's say I rotate the booba. See how it looks? It starts getting all grainy. And like instead of like just rotating, doing the pixel art of the rotation yourself, so to speak, I feel like it's more feels more natural to the art style, I think. Like you could do that in Adobe, you could like rotate it, but then it wouldn't feel it looks less like pixel art when you do that, you know? Found Pixel Studio, it's been on Steam for free, so I just been using that, but it doesn't have as much features. Huh. Like, I don't know how much it costs for you, Camogod, but for me, the Azprite is actually pretty cheap. But I don't know, it's like that kind of stuff. If you kind of just wanna dick around instead of using, like really using it, I understand not wanting to spend money. It makes sense. But yeah, like Azprite is, it's not very expensive. And it's a very simple tool to use. How many hours I have on Azprite? That's a good question, hold up. Actually, let me check. Library... Oh, just 5,937 hours. Not too much. Not like I use it to work or anything, right? Bye-bye, Medina. Have a good one. Now, what would be scary is if there was a game that I had more hours in. But nah. $500 today is 2.8 days. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Considering I've been at this for like 4 years. That is like also the answer for the question. Oh, how long did it take you to be at your current art level in pixel art? And the answer is this many hours. They say you need 10,000 hours to reach mastery, so I'm halfway there. Nah, I think I like it the other way better. There we go. So 400 days is mastery. If you 400 days of work equals mastery, if I'm not like that. Something like that. Although, obviously, that's, how do you say, a very gross simplification. Because obviously you need more than just working a lot in order to improve, right? There are skills you need to learn, there's things you need to pick up, etc, etc, etc. You can't just... It's a little... There's a more to it than brute forcing, but the amount of difference that practice makes, right? The difference between someone who just sticks to the theorics and someone who actually practices is enormous. Like, I remember when I first started, I was part of a challenge called Pixeltober, which is Inktober for pixel artists, essentially. Same thing. And I did a pixel art animation every single day for that month. There used to be this account that had pixel art, basically challenges and ideas for pixel art, different types of pixel arts, right? So you didn't have to think about what you are going to draw, which is actually usually the hardest part. Sometimes coming up with ideas for what you want to do will actually take longer than doing the thing. So it does not exist now? So I used to follow it, right? And I'm pretty sure I never unfollowed it, but I never seen the account posting again. So I'm assuming it stopped at one point. Though I am pretty sure you can like come up with stuff on your own. But it was very good because that account would retweet people who are using its ideas, right? So it was also a decent way to get some visibility of your work. Wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Okay. Maybe I should make an account for that then. I mean, it would be nice for that to exist, yes. But, like, I don't know how they operated. I think they had a Discord server and everything, so I don't know exactly how they gotten big or why they stopped it. It's quite a mystery. Yeah, the ideas were pretty simple, admittedly. Stuff like cats, draw cats, right? So stuff like that. But like when you don't have any ideas of what to do, it's pretty nice. They would sometimes ask for complicated ideas too. Like for instance, I believe there was this one time that the challenge was to draw an old movie poster. A pixel art version of an old movie poster. Yeah. Either recreate an old movie poster or even come up with an idea for a movie and make the movie poster in pixel art. Stuff like that would also pop up every so often. Here we go. We ended up focusing on the boob again. I have to be careful or I will forget to draw the sleeves. But what can I say? The booba is a big part of the drawing. There we go. Very nice, very nice. So everyone, it's time for me to end the stream. I do need to end early today because I have the singing lessons. So thank you all very much for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Stay awesome, and I'll catch you guys next time, okay? Now, let us find someone to raid. Who is on today? Can we find new people to raid? Let's see here. Who is on today? I like this, that it suggests people to me. But at the same time, I don't like that it sometimes hides people who are online that I might want to raid. So let me check. Oh. Hold up, we're raiding Nano. We're raiding Nano. Alright everyone, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Stay awesome and remember, when in doubt, when you think you can't do it, just think like a ninja. And sure you can! Bye bye everyone! Have a good one! Bye bye! Bye bye! Go!